All right, they say fashion changes but style endures. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us. Now, Artistic Thursday begins right now. Remember, a conversation just to empower the art world. And by the way, we have the set done and of course the intake done. We are here live on the Morning Drift and of course to empower just specifically what is entailed in the fashion and design right in the country. And of course, we are not hosting any other person but sweet ladies that are going to join us in a couple of minutes to just understand the clarity in the fashion and design. Allow me now to welcome them on board to introduce themselves. Habari zenu? Karibuni sana. Please introduce yourself.
So my name is Mary Muchiri, but I go by the name Mariana. Yeah, I'm a fashion designer, a model and a stylist.
Indeed. Thank you.
My name is Tracy Guantai. I'm a fashion designer and a fashion tutor at Daylight Technical College.
Amazing. You guys look lovely.
Thank you.
Anyway, in the meantime, so of course, they are from Daylight Technical College, and allow me to read Tracy and Mary's bio on the same. Tracy Guantai, a 29-year-old designer, is the founder and creative force behind Thread Africa, a dynamic fashion that in the line blends contemporary branding with an extensive range of fashion wear. Tracy's passion for design and innovation has made Thread Africa a leading name in the fashion industry, celebrated for its unique aesthetic and high-quality craftsmanship. As a visionary entrepreneur, Tracy's work embodies a perfect fusion of cultural richness and the modern trends, redefining African-inspired fashion for a global audience. Her dedication to excellence and creative continues to inspire both the aspiring designers and fashion enthusiasts worldwide. Wow, what a bio. Indeed, nice to have you right here. And Mary Muchiri, that is Mariana. I'm a fashion design student with a passion for turning inspiration into wearable art. From sketch to stitch, I love exploring textures, colors, and silhouettes that tell a story. Currently, honing my skills in design at Daylight Technical Fashion College, pattern making and garment construction, I aim to create pieces that blend innovation with individuality. Fashion isn't. Thank you so much, Mary. That was powerful as well. All right, you're welcome. Indeed, ladies and gentlemen, of course, if you're a fashion designer, this is now the conversation you are into. Remember, you can join us in the conversation live on Facebook and YouTube. Use the hashtag Artistic Thursday. Yes, the hashtag The Morning Drift. My name is Master Soket, and of course, it's a Easter vibe. But I think this is the best way we can usher in the Easter, since we're only holy, but we can get into the Easter with fashion. All right. Join us in till the top of the hour. My director is King Dante Max. First things first, tuanze na hii. So how do you feel, of course, being part of the fashion world? Mary?
I'd say it's part of me. I love it, and I don't think I can do anything best than fashion.
Indeed.
So, yeah.
All right, rate your outfit.
100 over 10.
That's amazing. That's amazing.
Yeah.
All right. So you've said you can't do anything without fashion.
Yeah.
How does that make you feel on a daily basis?
There's some days I'm inspired. There's some days I feel like I don't feel like dressing, and that is how I say I like to inspire individuality. So sometimes I dress up because I feel like that is how I feel. But sometimes I feel like I don't want to dress up, so my outfit obviously will just tell the mood and how I am at that particular day. So yeah.
Indeed. All right. Tracy, you have the same opinion?
Yeah. Because anyway, I think everyone just wears clothes, but there's some people who use clothes to express themselves. I being one of them. I really like fashion because even if I don't feel like, as she has said, you wear according to how you feel. Indeed. So let's say today I don't feel like dressing up all over and being dramatic and all. I can express it through my dressing.
Indeed.
And you can see me today, then find me on another day and be like, this is the same person, but today she's in a better mood than the other day I met her. Indeed. Without even talking to me. Indeed. Just through fashion.
Expression of mood. Yeah. How can you rate your outfit today?
I mean, it's cutesy. It's African. It's made in Kenya.
Mbona ulichagua hiyo ya leo?
Hii ya leo, I wanted to look demure.
Hey.
cutesy, and it's sort of bright,
Right.
though it has a dark side. It's duotone, so it has a bright side. I like vibrant colors, so yeah, today is a good day.
Indeed, I believe so. Of course, after the end of this conversation, we'll get to understand how good it is and also to understand the force behind Thread Africa. All right, Mary, will you share with us how you began your fashion and design journey?
So I started last year, but I used to dress up, and people would tell me that I look like a model. They like how I dress and all that. So for me, before, I used to love to travel, so I did aviation, and I felt like that is something that I should go for because it's something that I love doing. But last year, my mom was like, you like fashion, why don't you just go and enroll in a fashion school and see, because you're young, and see how it's going to take you. So I searched online for various schools to enroll in, and I found Delight. And the first day I stepped in that school, I fell in love.
Indeed.
And the first day I was given a machine and just teach a straight, and I was like, this is what I'm meant to be, and this is what I'm meant to do. So yeah, that is how I started my fashion journey.
Indeed. And of course, Saitoti Meitamei, the principal of that particular school, will be joining us in the next few minutes, of course, in the second session. But otherwise, Force Behind Thread Africa.
My fashion journey was not meant to be. I didn't know I was going to do fashion.
Indeed.
Shout out to my mother. She also identified my fashion creativity and all that. I wanted to be a DJ initially.
Wow.
Then she was like, we are going to do this. I'm going to take you to fashion school. And if you don't like it, then we can choose something else, or we can now try your DJing journey and see how it goes. So I first went to Machakos University. I did my diploma there, and I really liked it. And she knew I would like it.
Indeed.
So, because I passed like all my exams and I graduated, and then she was like, do you still want to do something else, or do you want to stick to fashion? And I was like, I think this might be it. And I'm so grateful she forced me into fashion school. Yeah.
What if she didn't force you?
Who knows?
Or was that the beginning, of course, of Force Behind? The force in it, because
it was literally a force, like, weenda shule,
Indeed.
then we'll see how it works out. And if it doesn't work out, then we can come back to the drawing board and try see what else you can do.
Indeed. So who is your inspiration as far as fashion and design is concerned, even as you empower yourself and dressing up in the best way possible? Who empowers you?
I would say me. I love me. I love the way I dress. I love luxury. I love being unique. And I believe everybody is unique in themselves. So just like the way my name is Mary and Mariana and her name is Tracy,
Indeed.
we have different names, and her name is unique just like her. So yeah, but I also have some people I look up to, and one of them being Vicky James from Nigeria. I love the way she dresses. I love the way she's her fashion, the way she does her clothes and all that. And also she's a woman of God, so
how do you make sure that you stay up to put or you're on a top notch when you're designing your outfits and making sure that this itawatesa sana itasumbua?
I don't think about it a lot, because I discovered if I think about it so much, I end up not doing it.
Indeed.
So I just go with the flow. As an artist, because I consider myself an artist,
Indeed.
I just go with the flow. I'm like, I would wear these. I personally would wear these, and I know, deep down, I know I have impeccable taste. So if I can wear these, of course they'll like it. They must like it.
Indeed. So as a sisi millennial, of course, tunasaidia ku understand that this is the current trend of fashion. Then now,
Don't go with trends. Don't stick to trends a lot. I like sustainable fashion in the aspect of slow fashion. Like, you don't have to buy something because it's trendy or it's in fashion right now, or it's in style right now. You can buy something you can see yourself wearing in like 5 years, in like 10 years, and you can maintain it so you don't, it will be stylish, not trendy.
Indeed. Before you went to that school, did you have the idea that above all, if it's not delight, I wouldn't be a fashion designer?
I knew I was meant to do fashion. I just didn't know.
But when you were young as well?
Yeah, because I love dressing up. I love cute things and also colors. I love colors. For me, I'm inspired by colors. I can just see a color and I'm like, wow, this will make a killer outfit. So yeah, so I love colors and I'm not shy. So I feel like also that helped me into, is helping me into fashion, because that means that I'm going to always stand out. And that is my, like, lazima nikue, mimi ndo, like, everywhere I go, I make sure, even though I'm not talking, my outfit will introduce me. So even though I felt, even though singeenda shule kusomea, I just knew everywhere I go, hata kama si mimi nimeishona, hata kama sijui nini, how I put it together, I'm just going to be fabulous. And yeah.
Wow. I wish pia sisi tungekuwa tunajua hivyo kwanza kitambo, ingekuwa fiti sana. But also in the same aspect, of course, as you speak about fashion visionary, what really runs through the mind of a fashion designer that I want to create this, and I want to create a particular expression, so when people see this, they see a particular creation that indeed I have created as a fashion visionary.
So, so far, the most successful collections I've made were inspired by my childhood.
Amazing.
And almost everyone who saw them, who knew me 10 years before those two collections, knew for a fact, this is about you when you were a kid. Because I really liked Barbie, the doll. So when I launched those two collections, by the way, they sold out. Both of them.
Amazing.
Yeah, both of them sold out. So when I launched the collection, someone just called me and they're like, this collection, does it have anything to do with you being a kid and liking Barbie? I'm like, yeah. And I like that they saw it without me even having to tell them first. But those who didn't know me, I had to tell them, but now they saw the vision.
All right.
Yeah.
Indeed, and the vision, of course, speaks right here on the Morning Gift. Dante, if you allow us now to check on these ones that they have created right here, you see, they look amazing. Of course, this was your particular designs as well, right?
Yeah, the red one is mine.
And this one is for Tracy.
Yeah.
So please, let us understand how this came to life.
So it was a Valentine event, and I felt what more would define Valentine's than roses. And I felt like if I make a rose flower, it's going to be unique, and I'll also be like the flower of the day. So because who doesn't like receiving flowers? So that was my inspiration, the flowers, and I wait for the event, and I was the best dressed.
Amazing, amazing.
Yeah.
So you wore this?
I wore that. Yeah, I was the flower of the day.
Of course, this one looks nice. Of course, what about this particular design, of course, in the chest?
So yeah, I wanted beading, and actually this is what we call, in fashion we call it a beautiful mistake. So I went fabric sourcing, and I think my fabric ran out, so ikaisha, and I was like, what should I do? So I went to a store and I saw the gold one, and I was like, I can do something with this. So I bought the gold one and I made the flower, and immediately it gave me the idea to go with the pearls, the gold pearls, so that it would look a one piece. But it was just a beautiful mistake. Yeah, initially it was supposed to be all red, but yeah.
Wow, it's really amazing, and of course the fact that it's red and then the flowery bottom makes it more beautiful. Of course, Tracy, would you like to share with us the engagement on this one?
This is the remaining piece from my Barbie collection. People assumed because it's a Barbie collection, it was supposed to be all pink, but no, my color scheme was pinks and blues, because of course Barbie has her Ken.
Indeed.
So Ken needed like something that will make him look masculine, but he wore pink in the collection.
Indeed.
He wore pink in the collection, but this was part of the Barbie collection.
Wow.
Yeah.
Of course, if we were to make a male design, would you have chosen as well as that? The same design, the same taste of color?
Nah.
Eh?
I like putting men in pink. Men look nice in pink.
Amazing.
You all just don't know. But yeah.
All right. Dark men or?
Any man.
All right.
Any man looks good in
So
pink.
did Saitoti create that?
No, this is a design by one of my colleagues. She's called Teacher Bijou. Yeah, I don't know the inspiration behind it, but this is her design.
And her name Deadly.
Yeah, she is.
That is amazing. And of course, if you're looking at this, how I'm trying to reflect the fact that Tessa, you know, my wife is with me here, and we, you know, she's not wearing this, then we are, you know, in the sense, how would it feel? So if I'm choosing this one, what will I wear as well?
So for me, actually, that is my niche. I want to make like couples. Wanakasirika sana nikiona couples wamevaa vitenge zinafanana. No, it doesn't mean.
So kama so it has a partner.
Like it doesn't mean you have to wear the same print or the same words to maybe whatever. So for me, I feel like colors. You see, like the way blue and pink is going together.
Indeed.
So definitely, if I had like a male partner, I would have made a different color.
Indeed.
That complemented the look also.
So yeye na mwenzake? Like basically, of course, if you have some colors there, there might be foundation. Lazima iko na mwenyewe moso to the kitenges.
So yeah, I feel like the way I'm wearing like this, even my partner would not even have any color that I have right now, but the color that he would wear would complement my look. We'd look together even though
he's wearing or he would wear?
We would wear.
All right. No worries. So even as we come to the bottom, of course, on the conversation on new designs, I asked earlier about the visionary of a particular fashion designer. So what are some of the challenges that comes with it? You've created something, but or you've bought something, you bought a material, but ile kitu ambayo ulikuwa umefikiria, it's not coming out clearly. How do you handle that?
So now you need to breathe at that moment,
You pray?
because you breathe.
Oh, breathe.
You breathe. Yeah, you can pray. Praying, by the pray fast. Always pray. Remember to pray. But you need to breathe. Like take a step back. Think about it. Think about what made you want that design in the first place. Think about if you change maybe the fabric or you change the design, which one will be cheaper and which one will be easier.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right. So you have prayed before about the same. Ukasema Mungu saidie hii Tessa.
God, you have come through so many times.
Indeed.
Don't leave me in this hour of need. Creative blocks happen,
Indeed.
by the way. They are very
There's so
common
many
in the
other
design.
creators right there, the designers out there, and they want to be on the trend every time. And how do you handle competition? Because I believe, of course, at D-Light, we have so many other creators, you have so many other visionaries. Wase wanatengeneza day in, day out. So if you sleep, pia wewe utaona kitakuramba kiplani, sivyo? So how do you manage competition as far as your designs are concerned, and do you need to sparkle and stand out?
I would say I'd be confident with what I do. So competition iko hapo, yes, but as long as I'm being myself, who is best being themselves than me? So I'll be myself and you be yourself. You're unique in your own way, I'm unique in my own way.
Indeed.
And also we are not meant to serve the same people. So your unique style will serve different people and my unique will serve different people. So just stick to yourself and be yourself. Don't try and compete at you see anafanya hivi, so you want to copy. Just be yourself, do whatever you love, and I feel like itakupata tu. People you're meant to serve, they'll just find you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
All right, if they find you, we also have the interaction on the modern designs and the African designs.
Okay.
Also pia kuna zile ni African but ni za kitambo sana.
Yeah.
So how would we distinguish between sasa hii ni kali na despite the fact that of course kama hata iko kwa modern trends, but bado it suits the space. You know, and of course we can't forget the fact that we have vintage collections as well.
Yeah. So I feel every style is unique. Every style is unique.
Indeed.
And as I said before, everybody has their own style. So I might love vintage, you love the trends and the whatever. So whatever you feel you want, ama whatever you feel speaks best to you, just go with that. Usijaribu ati sijui, because the vintage is now, I don't know what is trending now, I should do that.
All right.
Just, yeah.
All right. So, Tracy, of course, even as we get to the bottom line of the conversation, you say that you embody a perfect fusion of cultural richness and the modern trends, redefining African-inspired fashion for a global audience. Have you approached any before so far, and what are your biggest markets that maybe you've created something and you get a bigger market as well?
Okay, the idea, first of all, I'll still use the example of the collection, the Barbie collection. It's a very Western idea.
Indeed.
Because if you've done your research on that line, the first Barbie, the stereotypical Barbie, was a certain way, perfect, sports, everything. But in my collection, it was inspired by African designs, and they embodied Africanness, though the colors and maybe the story was not so African. And as I said, it sold out.
Indeed.
So you can see that people liked the idea.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Indeed.
So I feel like if you stick to you, then you do your research well, and keep knowing that your uniqueness is your strength, then
All
you
right.
can sell, yeah.
Indeed. So of course, in the second session we'll get to Mary. But allow me now to do this. You could show them what you're wearing today, and of course let them see the lovely outfit that Tracy's got right here. Even as we impact fashion and design, look at that. All right. So, indeed, even as we give a break, of course. Indeed. So you wore this and a black trouser, and of course with some lovely black shoes as well.
Yes.
Please tell our audience, of course, what's this taste?
Very simple. It's just simple. It's like the easiest thing to do. You take a bright color, pair it with any dark color. Easy peasy. You don't have to learn complementary colors, split complementaries, monotones. You don't have to do all those things. You can just take a bright color, pair it with a dark color. You're good to go.
Indeed. So if you want to get fashion behind Thread Africa, how will you get in touch to you?
We're on Instagram as Thread Africa, on Facebook also, and on TikTok.
Indeed.
All platforms as Thread Africa.
All right.
Yeah.
Thread Africa, indeed. It's an honor to have you right here, and of course
Thank
you
you
look
for having
lovely.
me.
I wish you could also dress my.
We will talk.
Indeed.
We will talk.
All right. So indeed, of course, even as we deliberate about talking manenos, we'll get to understand clearly what's the shape of a fashion design and history of fashion and designing right in the country. Kuna do kweli ama we're taking time. And of course, pia kuna story ya copy pasting, of course, other designs that I've created before, now making them to understand the clear aspects on this design. So ladies and gentlemen, you're a fashion designer out there and you want to create a massive output in regards to what you're creating. Of course, Tracy and Mary will allow you to get the best out of it. In the meantime, in the next few minutes, we also will introduce now Saitoti Meitamei, who is the principal of Delight Technical College, and to help us understand fashion education, to really get the clear inspiration above all this, and of course in the aspects of studying this, What's the best thing to do with fashion, even as we head on to the initiation of greater goals towards achieving our own creation and our own identity? So don't go too far. Remember, you can join us in the conversation. Facebook at Lookup Television, and of course YouTube at Lookup Television. We can't forget our website www.lookuptv.co.ke. They've impacted us in the last few minutes. Let's see the impacting going downwards till the end of time in the second session. So it's a Easter holiday. Easter is coming tomorrow. See you in the next session.
Ukulima ni mali na Manjoro. Kumbuka, hapa ndipo unajifunza mambo mengi kuhusu ukulima. Kilimo ni uti wa mgongo wa nchi, na ukiwa na Njoro unajifunza. Kumbuka, angalia mwenyewe. Tunakuambia, ukitaka kujua tips za ukulima, ungana na sisi kwenye Lookup TV. Every Sunday unatukuta pale saa 10, tunakuonesha kuhusu ukulima. Ukulima wa mimea, ukulima wa ng'ombe, ukulima wa kuku, ukulima wa mbuzi, na yote ambayo yanahusiana na ukulima. Kumbuka nini? Kipindi ni ukulima ni mali.
Feeling like unwinding and calming your nerves down after a long week? I'm Nika Kala. Join me on the Nakala Report this coming Friday and every Friday at 8 p.m. only on Lookup TV. At Nakala Report, we turn the insanity into sanity and sanity into insanity.
How do you start your engine when it is time to drive? Are you a first-time car buyer or want to upgrade your wheels? Do you know your car brand? Is it powerful, stylish, or does it turn heads as you drive past? Well, let's get to know all about wheels on the Daily Drive Show with Ian Otieno as we review all automobiles inclusively, specs and powertrain, interior, exterior, and pricing. Get on board with Ian Otieno for a dose of automobile scene on Lookup TV.
Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye makao makuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Lookup, kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu, kwa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, naamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi man.
Mtazamaji, hii ni bunge la wenyeji.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
If you want to have a proper outlook of the economy, then you have to speak to the walls and gears of the integral businesses in the country.
And I want to be able to make the youths and everybody coming up in Kenya know that this is here locally.
Men and women in the thick of the burst of markets rising and falling, fighting to make their business decisions stick.
I've always lived in my career that I can never be late.
You need to train by yourself. You need to practice by yourself. Then from there you can compose yourself and give kind of services like this.
On season 2 of the Captain's Arena, we seek the inside of the minds, predict the shift in the markets, get inspiration to start and make sense of it all.
Just watch what everybody else is doing and just make sure you're giving back to the society.
Oof. This is the Captain's Arena.
All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying tuned live on Lookup Television. This is the Morning Drift Artistic Thursday. Even as we embrace fashion and design right here, I believe my bow tie speaks as well. Ladies and gentlemen, of course, earlier on we had Tracy Guantai, who's more passionate in this particular area, and of course is the founder of Force Behind Thread Africa. Earlier on, you can mona yo look yake vile inatesa, and of course we'll get an emphasis after the end of this particular conversation. But in the meantime now, we are inviting Saitoti Meitamei, the principal himself. Please introduce yourself in the best way possible.
Thank you, Moses. Thank you for having us.
Indeed.
My name is Saitoti Meitamei, principal at Delight Technical College.
Indeed.
So at Delight Technical College, we have schools, and that is the School of Fashion, Design and Tailoring, and the School of Creative Media and Technology.
Indeed. All right. Sawa. That's that voice is fashion as well.
Thank you.
Indeed. So how can you describe your outfit today?
Okay. My outfit today is inspired by the Maasai tradition, in part of celebrating and uplifting our culture, because you see, for every outfit that you wear,
Indeed.
You're uplifting a community out of poverty, and you're creating employment somewhere.
Indeed. Who's the inspiration behind it?
The inspiration behind it is just to celebrate my heritage, because I come from the community.
Indeed.
So I decided to wear something that, you know, I can relate with easily.
Amazing.
Yes, and you see, also in wearing fashion, you're also celebrating and also celebrating our heritage.
Indeed.
As Africans.
Kama ni Africans, that means that outfit has mwenyewe as well, as a partner?
Yes, it has.
Easy, because
it has, yeah.
Of course, to make it perfect and 100% complete.
Yes.
Wow. How does that make you feel, of course, when you work with that partner and you are on the same outfit?
Okay, it makes me feel like I'm contributing to the local fashion industry, and it's also creating more awareness of what is an accepted form of clothing when
Indeed.
you are stepping into a TV interview.
Indeed.
You know, it's not all suits and blazers.
All right. So even as we now start the conversation on fashion education, what's the impact in it, and the creations that you guys want to achieve, and the balance between now education and becoming more impactful as far as the positive creations are concerned in what you guys create. So will you help us understand now the education bit of it?
Okay. So the education bit of it is about creating job providers instead of job seekers. So it's a creative industry, and we've had a huge population of people wanting to pursue creative courses. However, what misses is the fine-tuning of skills with passion,
Indeed.
which create a very strong cocktail of being able to be self-employed and also being very productive when you get employed into, say, maybe an existing fashion house.
Itaji maths mingi?
No, inahitaji maths mingi. You know, it's a career just like any other. It's a profession, and it requires smart people also. So it's not something something of a byproduct of education. It's something that should be at the forefront of education, because you see, fashion is about self-expression. It's about employment, and it's touching a lot of lives. You know, in Kenya, the fashion directly employs over 100,000 people. So it's a very, very big employer. And it's also a very huge income foreign exchange earner, because it's number 2 after remittances by Kenyans in diaspora. Yes, so Kenya exports a lot, especially through the AGOA agreement. So there is, it's a huge industry on its own, and it needs to be taken as such.
All right, let me give you a test. Of course, if you look at Maria there, what will be your insight on the outfit she is wearing today?
She looks really stylish, and you know, I love how she has blended the colors, and it's not something normal, so it's something that has been thought of, and it's also, this is now fashion and styling. Yes.
All right. So what about the top and the tie?
I love the contrast, yes, and the pendant. It really, you know, I like how she took time to blend all the colors, because it also has an element of rose gold, which closely relates to the pink.
Amazing.
And this also has a white pink feel to it, the shirt.
Oh.
Yes.
So alifikiria sana siku
alifikiria.
All right. So Maria, will you also help us to understand what's the purple?
So this is inspired by Nigerian elegant women. I feel like the odogus, the female, they like wearing this, and also the headpiece. So they're called gelees. So for most of them, they have, if I have a blue one here, also my headpiece would be blue. But I don't want to be basic. So I was like pink and blue. Well and good. So,
wow.
Yeah.
Of course, it's so amazing. But huwezi tembea na kila mahali, right? The specific places that you
Me, I told you I'm unique everywhere I go, unless I don't feel like dressing up.
Right.
So everywhere I go, hata kama naenda kwa duka and I feel like dressing up, I'll definitely wear it.
Maandamano.
Nitaenda nayo.
All right. So, Saitoti, of course, when you see young people being creative, young people blending in fashion and creating new ideas on a daily basis, you as one of the solemn creators in empowering young people in fashion, how does that make you feel?
It makes me feel grateful, and it gives us, it powers us up, because we are able to see the impact that we are creating. And it's like a dream come true. It only fuels our passion to empower more young people.
How do we get our products then?
How do we?
How do we get our products, or we get our outfits, the materials, the everything, to make sure that above all, I can stand out?
Okay, so we always teach them about fabric sourcing. So we've identified several of the key sources where they can go get their fabric. So they're able to be taken there and know how to buy the right kind of fabric, how to do the proper kind of measurements. And we've also taken it further into an element of sustainable fashion, which is an up and coming area, which is extremely important, not just for the environment, but also for the overall sustainability of the industry. So we are also teaching them on how to design using zero waste principles and make sure that they maximize on the fabric that they have and reduce as much waste as possible.
Indeed. Have you ever extended to a point that now your creators, your students, of course, embrace particular designs na pia waka sell out videdli sana?
Yes, they have. We've had them have their outfits showcasing global exhibitions.
Amazing.
And also a lot of local exhibitions, and they are always able to sell out and also get a lot of references from these opportunities.
All right. What are some of the references, Maria, that you've received so far?
As of now, I've gotten educational references. Like there's this program, it's called Ink Coaching, and of course I got to know it through Delight. So yeah, they are teaching us more of not only just sewing, but the business part of it.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Business, making money as well.
Yes.
All right. So kuna zile outfits zenye ulisema yenyewe ina iliuza?
As of now, sijauza any because I want to perfect my skills before I can put myself out there, because the social media never forgets. Naja nipeane kitu si perfect and then later on takuja kunihunt baadaye alinitengenezea nguo kama
How perfect do we want? Say this one is perfect.
This is styling, but I can style. If styling, I will style you with whatever you have in your closet. But making an outfit, that is what I've not yet put myself out there, like selling it.
Then that means we will have to understand the aspects on styling and design and outfits. Please share with us the difference.
Okay, now designing is the actual elements of coming up with an outfit from scratch. So it's an idea that you have to translate into an actual outfit.
Indeed.
And this is a unique piece, so you are creating something from nothing.
Amazing.
Right? Now that's the design part of fashion. Whereas in styling, it's about creating something that will look good on a particular individual based on their taste and preference. And body shape as well, and what's available. Yes.
So when you see students, of course, embracing change and the difference in their styling and in their outfits, what are some of the hindrances that come with them when they want to explore, but from a professional angle, when you view it, unaona bado haitoshi mboga?
Please come again.
So you have these students right there. They want to embrace a particular design. Now kwa mioyo yao inatesa sana, but when you view it from where you sit, when I feel bado, there's still work that needs to be done here.
Okay. Number one is about making sure that the students exist in a realm of reality, because at times we have these extremely talented students who want to start doing a lot of styling without understanding the basics. So it's all about making sure that the two of us exist in a harmonious existence, in that the student knows that they may be passionate, they may be very talented, but they also have to understand the skills and the fundamental basics about fashion and about styling. And when the two get married, then now you get an outfit that people look at it and say, this is really stylish. Otherwise will be kubahatisha, you know. And kubahatisha, you know, even clients expect consistency. So you can't style a client today and then they're like, everybody's like, hey, that outfit it's a killer outfit, you look great, can I take a photo, blah, blah. And then the next time you do it, you know, they're not getting all these and they can know it. So we really emphasize on being talented and also being properly skilled.
Then what will be your take on creative innovation?
My take on creative innovation is that it's something that has to be nurtured as much as it comes natural to to many designers. So we have to show them how to achieve like the maximum usage of like creative innovation, and there are a lot of technology assistance that is available right now. So we're talking about way back, like 20 years back. Okay, we had a lot of creative innovation, but it was hampered due to the lack of technology. But right now we are infusing a lot of tech. We have and also fashion illustration.
Indeed. All right.
So creative innovation strongly relies on technology as well.
Technology.
Yes, and also reaching out to the market, because you see, like at the moment, most of the fashion entrepreneurs depend on a business to consumer model, and technology bridges that gap.
But consumption might also be challenged with the fact that if I post my products or my outfits online, there are other creators that will copy it.
Yeah, that's a reality that all designers are always alive to, because people
copy.
Yeah, copying. Yeah, the designs get copied every time, but.
Yeah, we're good.
But you see, for a designer, they have to create their own authentic brand, and also explain to their market how they can purchase the goods, and so on and so forth.
Indeed.
Yes.
So in a view, of course, the particular designs that you've created before and embracing change in one or the other, what are some of the challenges that you've embraced as an institution, your fashion, every other thing that you create? So what are some of the things that you've overcome so far?
Some of the challenges that we've encountered as a fashion school. So I wouldn't say we've encountered pretty much of them, but the point is there needs to be like general investment into the sector, because it's a very fast fast-paced industry, and also it requires a lot of investment in terms of the machines available, because one of the key problems is sourcing fabric, and the designers in Kenya would want a particular number and some custom-made fabric, and that's at times not available in the country.
Indeed.
Yes. So the supply chain needs to be enriched so that the designers can freely exploit their potential.
Kabisa. Mary, you've listened to what Principal is saying about this. So there was something that you wanted to create, but the Principal and the other teachers, of course, that are embracing fashion, wakasema hii bado. How does that make you feel as a student?
It doesn't make me feel limitless, because fashion is diverse.
Indeed.
We have a lot of things to do. So I can do something that I can do at that particular moment and just leave the one that I'm not able to do. And then eventually I'll get to where, to that what my dream is, because I feel like if you dream it, you can have it.
You can have it.
Yeah.
You've dreamt before. Have you had it?
I'm having it.
You're coming
in the spirit.
to explore the dream.
Yeah.
All right. So Sam, in the near future, where do you see yourself as a student? And pia utamaliza shule.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself, of course, in the line of your designs?
I like to see myself as a global woman. I am not just going to make an impact here in Kenya. I want, just like the way people go to New York fashion, I want them to come to Kenya. And I know I'll make that happen because I'm not limited, and also the sky is not the limit. I'm going far beyond the sky. So yeah, I feel I can achieve everything, and as long as I put also my plan in God's hands. So
Indeed.
yeah.
God is above all.
Yes.
Indeed, the beginner of all creations. All right. So Kiongozi, we've discussed quite much about the education, the bit of story na kupata do, and so even as you take us now into an understanding of the market right in the country. So what is the consumption ya Mkenya halisi anataka kupokea mavazi yanakaa namna gani?
Okay. The consumption ya Mkenya halisi is that they only go for a fashion designer once in a while, whenever they're having an event or when they need to stand out. Whereas in other countries, say in West Africa, they do it on a day-to-day basis. So wakitaka nguo ya kwenda job, they go to a designer. Wakitaka nguo ya harusi, birthday, wanaenda ya designer.
Indeed.
So that's the trend that we're trying to break in Kenya.
Indeed.
And we're doing that by making sure that the students are able to access the fabric at an affordable rate.
Indeed.
Because we realized from the onset is that, at times you can't force consumers to purchase your goods, but you have to be real to like how much disposable income they have,
Indeed.
and then lower your cost so that they're able to do a bit of price comparison.
Indeed.
And you stand and ensure that your goods or your outfit stand a better chance of being sold compared to what's available in the market.
Indeed.
Yes.
What's available in the market? Of course, availability inatoka huko Gikomba sana.
Yes, so there's always that challenge of like competition, and there's a lot of influence from the second-hand goods. And most people also don't know that most of the second-hand goods that are sold in Gikomba are not coming from the US or from Europe, they're coming from China.
Wow.
Yes, so it's really a global market in Gikomba. And so what you're teaching our students is mostly about sustainable fashion, is that they can obtain outfits
Indeed.
from Gikomba and do value addition.
Wow.
So, and that's a thing that most fashion consumers don't understand. So if they go to Gikomba and they find a baggy jeans, they're like, hii mistaki, anaitupa, Yeye anataka kitu atatoa hivi kwetu ni yake, waist inamtosha, height inamtosha, that's what they want. But now, from a designer's point of view, they can get these outfits,
Indeed.
take them up and upcycle them.
Indeed.
So upcycling is giving like pre-loved outfits a second chance.
Indeed.
So making something new. So, and if they do that, then they're able to source them cheap and sell them at a good price.
All right. Are we in terms of getting you manze kuja mnivalishe baba?
Our students are doing a wonderful job. Yes, in the industry, and they're dressing celebrities, they're dressing business leaders, they're dressing political leaders, religious leaders, and many others.
Indeed.
Yes.
Mariana, najua any of them that have been dressed by some of the students that you relate with, maybe they're your friends?
Yeah, so there's this singer, I don't know his name, but there's one of our students who he's stylist. So sijui hiyo wimbo, sijui anaitwa nani, but yeah.
Kuna wengine kina Ogaubina, kina Tumbili.
Wow.
And others who also, others may want you to shine with their work, and others are like, it's exclusive. Like, make this on it, tag anywhere on social media.
Indeed. So when we receive big applause from the clients that we receive, that they've approached us, so what are the elements to consider when now, they haven't approached me as well, but I want them to see that I'm creating things. Mimi ndo nimetengeneza and I want you to wear this. So how does that come in handy for you?
It comes in handy by, so one of the key things like you have to do is that show them you're a naturally talented designer. And one of the ways to do this is by creating a profile, a winning profile. Indeed. So you show them your story. Story sharing is very powerful in fashion. So they have to know, like the way Tracy said, the way Maria said, like I studied another course, but fashion kept calling me and I answered the call. So that's extremely important, and that is 90% of what you have to do. Yes.
90%.
Yes, just like how you package yourself and before even the client now places an order. So you see if a person walks into the studio and they see what's on display, if it's Maria who wants to make an outfit for the client, you can see her dress and her dressing, and she can explain to you like, this is how I've styled my look for the day.
Amazing.
You'll definitely be comfortable working with her as compared to mtu tu amekaa tu hapo anakwambia we leta nguo tushone, so for example, if she's to make a suit for you, Moses, akivaa hivi, si unaona pia utafika bei. What do you think?
Kweli. Of course.
Hautabagain sana.
Hawezi bagain sana. So lovely. Then so even as we wind up the session, what is the future looking like for fashion and design in the Republic?
The future is really bright and wonderful. There is a lot of promises, and we've also seen a lot of stakeholders coming into the sector. For example, next week we'll be having the Africa Sourcing and Fashion Week at Sarit Center from 24th to 26th. So that's just one of the stakeholders who are bringing in a lot of industry players to come together, connect, debate, and exchange ideas on how to grow the industry further. Yes.
All right. So I'm told that, of course, we will be taking another break to get the regard on fashion. So, ladies and gentlemen, Saitoti Meitamei has been briefing us on the impact of fashion and design right in the Republic. So when we come back, let's now understand the elements they have now. If the future looks brighter for the fashion and design, so how will other creators come in, or other students or people that are inspired by fashion come in to make their creation known and, of course, of impact. So don't go too far. You're watching The Morning Drift.
Manjoro, kumbuka hapa ndipo unajifunza mambo mengi kuhusu ukulima. Kilimo ni uti wa mgongo wa nchi, na ukiwa na Njoro unajifunza. Kumbuka, angalia mwenyewe. Tunakuambia ukitaka kujua tips za ukulima, ungana na sisi kwenye Look Up TV. Every Sunday unatukuta pale saa 10, tunakuonesha kuhusu ukulima. Ukulima wa mimea, ukulima wa ng'ombe, ukulima wa kuku, ukulima wa mbuzi, na yote ambayo yanahusiana na ukulima. Kumbuka nini? Kipindi ni Ukulima ni Mali.
How How do you start your engine when it is time to drive? Are you a first-time car buyer or want to upgrade your wheels? Do you know your car brand? Is it powerful, stylish, or does it turn heads as you drive past? Well, let's get to know all about wheels on the Daily Drive Show with Ian Otieno as we review all automobiles inclusively, specs and powertrain, interior, exterior, and pricing. Get on board with Ian Otieno for a dose of automobile scene on Lookup TV.
If you want to have a proper outlook of the economy, then you have to speak to the wheels and gears of the integral businesses in the country.
And I want to be able to make the youths and everybody coming up in Kenya know that this is here locally.
Men and women in the thick of the burst of markets rising and falling, fighting to make their business decisions stick.
I've always lived in my career that I can never be late.
You need to train by yourself. You need to practice by yourself. Then from there you can compose yourself and give kind of services like this.
On season 2 of the Captain's Arena, we seek the inside of the minds, predict the shift in the markets, get inspiration to start and make sense of it all.
Just watch what everybody else is doing and just make sure you're giving back to the society.
Oof. This is the Captain's Arena.
Feeling like unwinding and calming your nerves down after a long week? I'm Nika Kala. Join me on the Nakala Report this coming Friday and every Friday at 8 p.m. only on Lookup TV. At Nakala Report, we turn the insanity into sanity and sanity into insanity.
Save a Life is a non-profit organization that has taken the front line in transforming lives in the entire country. So far, we have transformed life of over 100,000 people through our programs, which include medical support, youth empowerment, street family program, feeding program, and climate change. Join us today as we transform lives. As we always say, service to humanity is service to God. Save a life, transforming lives.
Welcome back. It is 10 minutes past 9 a.m. and we are live on The Morning Drift. Share with us your opinion on fashion and design right here in the country. Of course, kuna pia luku madhogodhanio, but we will also be able to understand about that. Ile tu unaamka asubuhi, unavaa, you don't know how you look. Of course, the only thing you know how it looks is the shoes. But in the meantime, of course, we have professionals in the house who are helping us to understand the context on fashion. From the head to the bottom, how will we shape our outfits? So, Mariana, you are here as a professional student, as you know, master of my outfit, na stylist as well. Wewe unaona majenzi wengi wanapiga look inakaaje?
Most Gen Zs wanapenda streetwear. Yeah, but I feel like
zimechanganikiwa.
But as I said earlier, kila mtu ako na their own unique style.
Indeed.
So yeah, maybe hizo ndo wanapenda. But also there's some people wenye wanapenda elegance, wanapenda stylish, wanapenda modest. So yeah, depends na wenye wanapenda.
So luku yenye ime overdo inakaaje?
Hakuna luku ime overdo.
Zote tu ziko sawa.
Wewe venye unaona iko sawa, kama you love it, then you love it. Wenye opinions za wengine
unaweza kuwa na opinions but yenyewe iko tu nje kabisa. People viewing it, wewe unaipenda kabisa but honestly it doesn't. True. Then what will be your take, of course, on my dress, my choice?
Is my dress my choice? Okay, as long as ujavai decent, uko sawa, but you really love the way you look. I feel like that is like me, my dressing gives me confidence. And I don't feel like mtu mwingine anaweza niambia ni change nivae venye watu wengine wanavaa nivae hivyo, cause highly define, but this defines me and gives me confidence.
So in your perspective, hapa Kenya, what is your view on the male and the female wenye wanapiga luku fiti? Ni wagani ambao wanavaa vizuri? From where you see it?
I see ladies. Ladies wanaeka a lot of effort. But unajua pia male seti fashion seti inawa nini sana, but for them they have simple looks but also stylish. But for a lady unaweza vaa maua, but ukipata mwanaume amevaa maua utakuwa zile za
but wanasema watu wana pesa ndio wana overdo look. Wanavaa sana, mtu akona pesa anapiga tu shati yake rahisi na sweatpant na tunasonga.
Unalingana sasa.
Unalingana. All right. Kiongozi, so what are in the near future, of course, what are some of the projects that you're embracing and some of the talents that you're building so far? So
some of the projects that we're embracing, one of them is the Africa Sourcing and Fashion Week that will be happening next week at Sarit Center, 24th to 26th, Thursday to Saturday. And we're also preparing for the Mr. and Miss Nairobi fashion contest that will be happening on 3rd of May at the University of Nairobi CCU Hall. So those are the two main activities that we're gearing up for. And later on in the year, on July 24th, we shall be having the Global Fusion Fashion Festival by our students. So this is a fashion event where students are able to draw inspiration from anywhere in the world and put that into design and create wonderful garments that will be on showcase. Yes, and it's done in a group work setup.
So far, do we have spaces to present our designs, like the galas and the showdowns? Do we have them right in the country?
Yes, we do. And they're coming up.
Zinasaidia sana?
Zinasaidia sana, pakubwa.
Kimsingi, the creative industry, of course, what can be done to enhance these local creations, local creativity, to make sure that pia watu wetu pia wanasumbua pale nje?
Okay, so what can be done, number one, is more sensitization of the local creative industry. So we have top talent fashion designers in the country. However, they can't just exist without being known to the market.
Indeed.
So we have to bridge that gap, because as a designer, and because most of them are self-employed, and there's also this challenge of most creatives are not very strong on business skills. So two ways: if you can bring more visibility to them, and number two, if you can empower them with more business skills. Yes.
Yes. Which brings the question on empowering the young creatives to really embrace this. If there is support that is namna gani kuweza kuwasaidia to make sure that you become people of impact?
Okay, number one is to reduce the cost of doing business, because starting out as a fashion entrepreneur is really costly.
Indeed.
And there are a lot of barriers to a successful trade. So that's number one.
Indeed.
And number two is also on personal development of the creative. So this can be done through training and through one-to-one coaching, and also mentoring and providing internship opportunities from established fashion houses.
Indeed. The reason I asked that question, because on your bio you said you're committed to shaping a generation of skilled, creative professionals and positioning East Africa as a powerhouse in the global fashion and the creative economy.
Yes.
So as far as it stands, what is the percentage you can give to the creative economy in the Republic?
At the moment, okay, the creative economy contributes about 3% of the GDP, which is a very, very small number.
Indeed.
Yes, but it's also a number that presents a lot of potential if given the right kind of support.
Indeed. All right.
So and one of the ways that we do that at our institution is that we have this business incubation model, where we have an actual shop outlet for students who have finished school.
Indeed.
So they're able to operate and start from there as they get nurtured by our teachers who are still within the vicinity of the school.
All right.
And we also don't lock them out after graduation. So we tell them, graduation doesn't just happen automatically. It's just like turning 18. There's nothing magical about it,
Indeed.
Growth is a gradual process. So you don't just graduate and then you're empowered, then you just have these opportunities, things are just opening up for you. So after graduation, we always tell them they can come if they want a client to fit, they can come use our fitting rooms, use our machines, just use our studio, because we also have students from the School of Creative Media and Technology. So we offer a hand before they're able to stand on their own.
I think that is very important, more important in the sense that akitoka tu shule hivi, she now thinks that mimi hata fashion wasn't my thing because the clients are not coming in, hapati hata connections mbili tatu. So ana change mind, then starts doing different things very far or part away from what she's been doing in school. How would you handle such particular situation when umaliza shule and now you are just there?
I'll say graduate is not like it's the end of learning, and also there's someone who told me that being a fashion designer is not about stitching and knowing the designs. You can know the designs, but you don't know the business part of it. So unaweza shona, but push your nini there. So for me, I'd maybe tell someone who feels like umemaliza shule and you believe in yourself. Yes, believe in yourself, but still you need to like add more to what you've learned in school, and more wise like the business side of it. Not only you stitching, but you know also how to connect with the customers, how to price your things and all that. So yeah.
Thank you so much for your opinion. Now you're a model as well. So in the time imefika, you wanna display the modeling skills as well. So just come here, then ukifika hapa we will just do inaitwanga aje? Kutembea ukuje yeah. What's the name yako? Tembea. All right, so ladies and gentlemen, of course, right about now, introducing Mariana. I wish tungekuwa na beats. Nice, upward, then turn. All right. Good one. Good one. You wanna do it again? I'm in the stylico. All right. So how are you handling models so far?
For now, I'm modeling for the students, like a designer. Maybe they've done multiple outfits and they need someone to showcase for them. So that is what I do now. But maybe later on, I'll maybe take it as a profession also, because I also need to be to pose for my outfit. Maybe I'll not have the resources to pay a model, so I can do that for myself. Yeah.
All right. So are you foreseeing something greater in your modeling?
Yeah. I've had some opportunities. Like I think it was last week or when was it? I modeled. I had a model. I didn't even know that I was going to model.
Amazing.
But I just went, and one of the students akaniambia, I have an outfit. Now I like your height. Silvae. So I modeled at that place. Maikitenge. Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
So short people like us can also model as well.
Yeah, you can.
Amazing.
Yeah. It's about your confidence.
Atraka fanik.
I don't think height inafanya nini. Confidence yako. Yeah.
I think part of the thing that us doing as a school is also to move from that very fixed mindset.
Indeed.
That your model has to be tall, you know, they have to be
great.
6 feet plus.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have to be, you know, skinny or for the men.
But the tall people abide, sir.
The tall people?
Tall people ndo wanacheza kama
hapana. Anyone can be a model. You know, because modeling has to be an actual reflection of what the society looks like, you know.
Indeed.
And even right now, if you walk out here, we can't just like find tall clients. You know, people buy based on their perception and how will this look on me. And sasa kama mtu maybe si mrefu sana, inamaanisha atasema hii siwezi buy juu inakapua na watu warefu. It has to be able to reflect the buyer's persona.
At least I know now. So Mariana, as you also walk, you can all walk, then you get back to your seat. Tumeona sasa vile tumesema watu wote wanaweza model. Nice one. Thank you so much. Amazing. Thank you so much for those lovely works. Indeed. So even as we come to the bottom line of the conversation, ladies and gentlemen, Saitoti, of course, Meitamei mentioned very impactful words on empowerment, and through technology and the media, we can exercise a greater touch in our designs. So how can we find you? How can we get to Delight? How can we be students as well? And how can we be better creators?
Okay, so you can find us at Nairobi CBD along Minibingo Street. We are directly opposite Jivanji Gardens, and we have a huge signboard written Delight Technical College. You can also find us online at our school website, which is delight.ac.ke.
Indeed.
Yes. So if a person just goes online and searches Delight Technical College or Delight Fashion School, then they'll have proper information about us.
Kabisa.
Yes.
Open.
Yeah. And we also like to exist in a way that, you know, like fashion is something, it's the soul and heart of the society. And as Delight, we like to be the engine that drives that.
Indeed. And the engine is driven by some of the steering.
Yes, by creatives like Mariana, who's also, you know, she's a model and she's also a fashion designer.
Indeed.
And a stylist.
Ni wanoma sana.
Ni wanoma.
Mahoni tu. Babe. All right. So I know you want to give some shout outs, and how can we find you as well in your social platforms?
I'm in TikTok. The name is Njoki, @Njoki, and also Instagram, Njoki. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for your lovely time. It's been amazing. So I think I'll change my outfit as well. See shooty. All right. Thank you so much, Saitoti Meitamei. Thank you so much, Mariana as well. And thank you so much, Tracy Guantai, for your lovely comfort right here at the Morning Drift. Artistic Thursday, I believe my dear brother Eugene will also embrace that in the best way possible. In the near future, of course, we'll see another new taste of an outfit. So ladies and gentlemen, we've done it and we've accomplished it right here on the Morning Drift from 8 to 9:25. We've accomplished the Artistic Thursday. It's just fashion. Let's embrace it to the best way possible, and courtesy of Delight Technical College wametusaidia kuweza to understand the in-depth in it. I won't say much. Remember, in the next few minutes, of course, we'll be embracing the biggest chef. Kula pa kidogo, tumeume kidogo. Thank you so much. Don't go too far. You're watching The Morning Drift. My name is Moses Okech.
Ukulima ni mali na Manjoro. Kumbuka hapa ndipo unajifunza mambo mengi kuhusu ukulima. Kilimo ni uti wa mgongo wa nchi, na ukiwa na Njoro unajifunza. Kumbuka, angalia mwenyewe. Tunakuambia ukitaka kujua tips za ukulima, ungana na sisi kwenye Look Up TV. Every Sunday unatukuta pale saa 10, tunakuonesha kuhusu ukulima. Ukulima wa mimea, ukulima wa ng'ombe, ukulima wa kuku, ukulima wa mbuzi na yote ambayo yanahusiana na ukulima. Kumbuka nini? Kipindi ni Ukulima ni Mali.
Taarifa zinapochipuka na kutufikia papa hapa kwenye Kuu ya chumba cha habari cha runinga ya Lookup. Kwenye taifa, kwenye serikali, kwenye bunge, tunajitosa hadi kwenye sauti ya wenyeji ili kupata tu maoni ya wenyeji kuhusu masuala haya yanayochipuka.
Maana hii kitu inaenda kuumiza Mkenya kwa tax.
Hakuna kitu tunafurahia. Nothing. Absolutely nothing.
Sisi tunaumia, si ati tunaumia ile ya kiukweli. Juu maisha ni ngumu.
Na bila shaka tunapata maoni yao ili sauti yao ipate kusikika. Na watasema hili, waseme lile, watasema hiki, na waseme kile, almuradi sauti yao ipate taa.
Mambo ya mafuta tena imekuwa ni changamoto zaidi kwa kila mtu wa bodaboda.
Uchumi ikikuwa stable, tunaamini mambo itakuwa sawa sawa.
Kwanza liko na ria wa boda, mama mboga nini. Hao sasa ndio wamefinywa zaidi.